Hi, I'm Steve Wenninger, and this is my wife Joyce.
Hi.
And we've been in the painting business for our whole life, and we're married since 1975 and have 4 children. And our oldest son, Brian, is with us since he got out of high school, and he's 32 years old. So he has a lot of experience. And total amount of experience we have it's about 75 to 78 years experience total between all 3 of us. We do existing homes, we'll do new construction, we'll do remodeling, and wall painting, and whatever you need. I do wood graining of doors. My dad taught me that from years ago when he did it back in actually the 1940s and 50s. They did wood graining of woodwork. Instead of staining it, they would paint it and then also wood grain it, because the farmers would cut the trees down and then they'd use all different types of wood, so they wanted to look the same. So he taught me that system, and I do steel doors. I'll do wood graining of, actually I did some garage door exteriors wood grain, and so it's just a little side thing that we do here and there.
You also do aluminum siding on outside of houses,
Yep.
which a lot of people don't know that you can do that.
Whatever it takes, anything related to painting and doing woodwork, we do. We do not do stripping woodwork because it's very difficult to do that, time consuming and very expensive. Mostly we do new remodeling when they put new woodwork in, and then we do that. The painting, we do a lot of painted woodwork. It's getting to be more painted woodwork than ever. Years ago it was a lot of stained woodwork, but the painted woodwork is kind of taking over. It kind of cycles. Staining woodwork will probably come back again in the future. It's like colors of woodwork that you do. It goes from light to medium to dark, and it's changed over the years. It seems like every couple of years it changes. So what comes around goes around. It'll recycle. If you have light woodwork now and you think it's old-fashioned, give it 10 years. It'll be hot again. So that's the way things go with all the colors and things like that. They have thousands of wall color choices, and woodwork color choices. They probably have 15, 20 different stains, and then we combine them to make whatever you want. We custom make whatever you want to make you happy. We show you before we do the job, and you say that's what you want, and it's almost like we hold your hand through the process. We try to make you feel as comfortable as possible. We did it. It was hard to understand what people go through when you build a house and make all these decisions. 10 years ago, we built a house. We went through it. We now know how you feel when you go through this process of making these decisions.
If there's something like they want now, and dark colors are in now, medium to dark colors for staining is in, but you always gotta look, are you gonna like it in 10 years down the road if you're still in that house? So we try to tell people it's your house. We treat their house as if it's our own.
As my wife was talking about before, for reselling your house, the market is so flooded with houses right now. One of the least expensive things you can do is put a fresh coat of paint on your house. And when people walk in your house, that is an eye catcher to have your house nice and clean and fresh looking for them. It doesn't have to be a lot of bright colors. It just has to look clean for people. And I believe that's the way to go for people. Have to catch your eye, because your competition out there is so difficult. You have to make your house stand out.
That's right.
And exterior is very important. That's your drive-up factor. They might not even get to your door if your house is peeling and looking run down. So, and also maintenance. It looks like if they see your house is not maintained on the outside, what are they going to think about your interior? They're going to think these people don't care about their house, and that's really important. And actually, painting is very, very inexpensive for what you get out of it, for the bang for the buck, for selling your house. You should talk about repainting interiors of houses for people and explain the process on how we do this. It's very easy. We move a lot of the heavy stuff. We don't want you to hurt yourself doing this stuff. We push it to the middle. We cover everything up properly so we don't get any paint on anything, and we make sure it covers. A lot of times the paints, when I first started painting, the paints covered really, really well. They had a lot of titanium, which is the coverage part of the paint, but most of the paint companies took a lot of that out, and then over the years environmental things happened that they had to take out of the paint, so the coverage is not as good as it used to be. When we get done, it's going to be covered. It's going to look nice, because if it takes an extra coat, we're going to do an extra coat, or we're going to explain that to you up front, that color is going to require another coat, so you understand the cost and the time involved in doing it. If it takes an extra day for us to do it, when we come in, we want to get the process done quickly and neatly and out of your house as possible, because it disrupts your life for a day or two. And we want you to be able to we don't want to drag the process out for several days. We want to be in and out and done, and so you're happy get your life back on track. And it's actually better to get us a little more involved earlier on your process when you're selecting your shingles and selecting your stone because and your window clad color, because of that's important. But there are actually more paint colors than there are roof colors, and so sometimes we can tweak it a little bit. We can get custom colors for you. You don't have to pick exactly like the chip. You can pick something you like, and we might be able to tell you, that might look a little pinky on your house instead of gray. You might think it looks gray and it's a beige that has a little red in it. It looks, when it's done, it's going to have a little purple cast to it. We can explain that to you, and it may not go good with your roof, but it may be what you're looking for. But this process it's ongoing as we're doing it. When you start to build your house and make some selections, it's actually good to talk to us at that time. When you're getting your house is roughed up by the roughing carpenter, at that point it's probably a good time to talk to your painter. We've had a lot of people calling and questioning colors. Some subdivisions require certain colors also, and you're required to stay in a certain tone that way, and we can help you with that too.
I've never had a problem with a customer that has not liked their stained woodwork. I think it's because of showing them different samples. There are homeowners that are set with colors. If there's something that we cannot match ourselves, we actually take it to the paint store and they will match it for that customer, and we will show them then. And they okay it for us, and we do it. So, but over the years, I've met with a lot of customers, and it's worked out good by showing them the colors and stuff. They're not just set on one color. It's all different colors they can have, so.
And as woodwork ages, let's say you go to a remodel job where you're adding onto your house, or you're changing your kitchen over to brand new cabinets or something, varnish as it ages will slightly yellow and darken the woodwork from new. Let's say you had a color set and you say, well, that's my color I used when it was new, and it's been 7, 8, 9 years or 10 or whatever. We have to doctor that color up in order to get your old existing color because of the aging process that it belongs. We do the best we can. We can't be perfect. We try the best we can if you want to carry that color through the rest of your house on your new part of your house. But so there is a little bit of there's experience involved in that to get the right color, because you can't just take the same exact color you had and it will not look the same as what your existing house is. So we work on that all the time. We work on remodel jobs and try to...
Yeah, we always try to get it as close as we can.
And when we tell you we're going to be done with something, we're done with it, because it would have to be something extraordinary, death in the family or something like that. Other than that, we're going to have your job done. When we promise, we promise, we follow through. That's the way I am. I am that way. I just can't. When I say I'm going to do it, I do it. We just want you to be happy. That's the biggest thing, is when we're done, we want you to be happy and enjoy your house.
When you're ready to paint your house, you can find us on Facebook, or you can call my cell phone, which is 414-614-8153.
Our first step is applying the stain to the wood, and first we check it with sanders and make sure there's no imperfections and scratches in it like that. And then we apply the stain by hand and wipe it off evenly as possible. With a clean rag, we wipe the excess off of the stain. I'll show you here in a second. This is a cabinet door. This is the back side of the cabinet door from the house. Now we wipe off the excess. So it looks even. Now, every piece of wood is going to take it a little bit different, because it comes from different trees, and every piece is a little harder, a little softer. So you can't have a perfect house that, if you did have everything look exactly the same, it wouldn't look real. It would look artificial, like Formica. So it's beautiful. The beauty of wood is having different colors and different variations in the wood like that. So it makes it look pretty. It's beautiful. So, and then our next step, after the staining process is all done, we mask the glass, we mask the floors, and then we do the sealer coat process. We vacuum the house, and then we spray a coat of sealer on, and there is some handwork involved in it, but most of it is sprayed on. Then within a couple hours we can start sanding the woodwork. We use the sanding sponges, which I can show you quickly. Once the woodwork is sealed, after the stain process is done, and we spray the sealer on, it's sealed, it raises the grain, and we have to sand it smooth before we go to the varnish coats. So we use these sanding sponges, which work very nice. They came out with them maybe about 5-10 years ago. And we use these here for sanding it smooth. It brings it down to a nice, very smooth glass-like consistency across the wood. And with the products we use, we don't have to dust them off. We have to vacuum, but we don't have to pack the dust off. We can spray right over it, absorb right into the finish, and it makes a smooth finish for us. We put on a first coat of varnish then after that, and then after the first coat of varnish, we lightly sand then, real lightly with these. If there's any imperfections, then we get that off, and then our second coat of finish goes over the top yet, and then we're completed. In the middle, after our first sanding with sealer, we also fill the nail holes. We custom match our putty to match the colors of wood. Sometimes we have even 2 colors of putty, 3 colors, in order to get it right in different areas of the wood to make the putty blend, so you don't see the holes. That's basically, we're trying not to see the nail holes, how they apply them, put the wood on the walls. So, and after the second coat of finish is done, then we have to put the house back together the way we found it, put all the doors on, all the hardware back on again, do the handwork on the windows. There's some areas on the windows we can't spray, we have to do that by hand. Remove all the plastic, and I can also show you a very neat thing that came out about 10 years ago. This came out about maybe 10 years ago. It's really neat because you don't get any overspray on your glass anymore like years ago sometimes. We mask the glass with this plastic. It's actually it's static. It sticks by static on the glass. We use tape and then lay it on like this. Unfold it. Comes in different widths. Goes all the way up to 96 inches, 8 feet if you need it. Most of the time we use 2 to 4 feet. We even use it on exterior houses to cover the windows now. Our windows are totally covered from when we do the job. Works great. Mask it this way.